language, George knows this, here it's like the person fumbled with a license, the person talked like they had a thick tongue, bloodshot eyes, slurred speech. They're looking for that. Now, most people who are being pulled over are nervous, okay? And I've asked many police officers on the witness stand, I said, well, you've been pulled over before, right? Yes. And when you were pulled over driving your private car, you were nervous too, weren't you? And most all of them say yes. Because you don't like, you're scared too, aren't you? Yes, we are. One officer told me, he was a young officer, he said, I said, well, you're nervous and frightened when you get pulled over in your personal car too, aren't you? And he said, he had just become a police officer, he said, not anymore. So this is to go through your rights, responsibility, the law enforcement procedures, the breath test, and then possible defenses and possible outcomes. So as I described, you see flashing lights, the officer's going to come up and ask you those questions. Sometimes they ask you where you're going, where you're coming from. Those are very incriminating statements. Most people, willingly give that information. At that point, you're not under arrest. If the police interrogate you, the law requires them to warn you first and say, you have the right to remain silent. If anything you say, we're going to use against you. That's not required in a traffic stop. The U.S. Supreme Court, the South Carolina Supreme Court does not require that until later in the stop.